Hey everyone, as you are probably aware by now, the UK CAA announced some sweeping changes to the way they propose we use our drones in the open category. Today, we're going to stick 4 minutes on the timer and give you the critical highlights within that time, leaving you to deeper dive the 33-page document at your convenience. This is just the facts as proposed by the CAA. It does not include my personal thoughts and feelings on the issues, so please do not assume my support. For that, see our longer videos and live shows. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below and we will answer them there, as well as in an upcoming Q&A on the channel. So let's start the timer. We will start with the very unpopular first, remote ID. In very basic terms, this means your drone will be transmitting information, including a specific number, to identify you and your registration details. The CAA want a hybrid system. That means this data will be transmitted across a network directly from your drone and saved. The technical development and cost of this network system means that it will not happen straight away. So initially, we will have direct remote ID. This is the same as the US system currently being used and will transmit data within a zone around your drone. That data can then be read on things like phone apps. This launches from 2026, but only impacts all of our drones from 2028. Unless it's a newly purchased drone with the UK One label on it, then no remote ID until 2028. We have a specific remote ID video coming on the channel. See that for more. The UK is going to create our own drone class mark. So rather than C1, it would be UK One. We won't go into the details of why here. Check our recent live show for full details on that, but this only becomes a requirement to get all the C-label benefits from 2028. From 2026, we can use our EU C-label drones as intended. The CAA are going to recognise them for the 2-year gap. The CAA are changing the way we describe the subcategories of airspace. A1 will be fly over people, A2 fly near people, and A3 will be fly far from people. It is intended to simplify the system. One extra benefit we will get is a big one, and that is the C1 UK One label drones will be allowed to fly over uninvolved people for the first time. So drones like the Air 3S can be flown from January 2026 in the same way that sub 250 gram drones are now. That's a big one. The drone registration system is getting an overhaul as well. At the moment, sub 250 gram drone operators only require an operator ID. Anything over also needs the flyer ID. The line is being moved to 100 grams with a camera. So this means currently sub 250 gram drones like the DJI Mini series will need both op and flyer IDs. The CAA have stated that they are proposing things like the 2-year period where C labels can be used, along with an assurance that you'll be able to continue using your existing drones as you are right now in the main for a continued period of time, ensures that drone users are not put to further expense or lose the investment in their gear. This essentially means they'll be letting time remove older drones from the sky, and the use of things like modules will obviously help them with that plan. The confusing number and types of documents offered as guidance by the CAA will be simplified, meaning an end to CAP 722 and more inclusion of things like AMCGM. This has actually already started, and to be fair, the new style documents are pretty good in showing legislation, compliance means, and guidance together, but clearly marked as such. This should help novice drone users and those wanting to check something quickly to get the answer without needing to read 10 documents. But let's see how it actually works in practice. When would all this happen? Well, at the moment, these are proposals sent to the DFT for their thoughts and decisions. Now, the DFT and CAA obviously work closely together. The CAA essentially works for the DFT, essentially. So it is likely that this is already agreed. The legislation will need to be turned around quickly for some of these things to be enforced and to be tweaked by 2026, so expect a quick result. Certainly, this will all be in place to take effect from January 2026, then the following dates that trigger through the proposals. So that is the highlights from the CAA proposals and how they might impact your drone flight. How do we do in terms of time left? Nice. I recommend that you do take a look at CAP 3105 and read up on the areas that will impact you. Any questions, again, let me know in the comments and we'll be running a Q&A on the channel soon. Sean out.